Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying to use this 5-in-1 builder in a bottle from saviland. I haven't really worked with builder gel that often, but I'm super excited to try it. So here's how the packaging look. I'm just going to go ahead and open it, take everything out, show you what this kit includes. So here's everything that was included in this box. The first thing we get is the user manual, and this just tells you what's builder gel, just some quick facts about it and how to apply it properly, the steps, and then also on the back we get how to remove it, just some tips and tricks, and also how to reach them if you are having any problems with this product. The second thing we get in this kit is this little tool here. I don't know the specific name of it, but this is just to pinch your nails. I have seen people where when they sculpt their own nails, they kind of pinch it so the nail creates kind of like a C curve. And then we also get some paper forms, and you get a lot. I barely use paper forms, so this will last me a long time. And then here are the builder gels. You get two 5-in-1 builder gels. The first one here is a clear, and this bottle is 15 ml. And then you also get a nude, which is also 15 ml. So you get a decent amount of product. I'm not sure how long this will last you, just because I don't really use builder gel that often, so I don't know how long this would last. Here's the consistency. The builder gel is really thick. It has a really nice consistency, and the clear is very clear. And then here's how the nude looks. It's a very pretty nude color, and this is also very thick. And here's another shot at the product. This shot actually made me so excited to use it, just because I love getting new products and it's just so aesthetic. Like, I just love this bottle pool, the consistency, everything was just so nice. So here are my natural nails, and to start off my design, so I was looking at the how to use part of the user manual. I actually have this off to the left of me because I wanted to follow the directions. So the first step was to trim, file, and clean your nail surface, but since I don't plan on wearing these, I'm just going to apply some cuticle oil as my peel off base. And then the next step would be to apply some base coat. And I was unsure if you could use this as a base coat because this is a 5-in-1 base coat. So I just applied this to my nails, and then I cured for 30 to 60 seconds. And when I applied this, I did notice it looked weird, but then later in the video I actually found out what were the 5 specific things you can use this for, and using this as a base coat was not one. I can't believe this information was there the whole time. I don't know how I didn't think to look at the back of the bottles. I don't know, but by the time I used this as a base coat, I was like just about finished with my nail set. So after I applied that as a base coat, I went ahead and cured that for 60 seconds, and now it's time to apply the nail form. So when I watch builder gel videos, I always see people like take off this little tab and place it underneath, and this is just to give the form some structure. And then I'm also going to start bending that curve where I'm going to be sculpting my nails just to give it that natural curve. And then I'm going to start putting it onto my nail. Now this was a really struggle for me because the paper was very sticky and I just couldn't hold it right. But eventually I got it on. It's easy to go ahead and apply the back part first and then go ahead and pinch the nail form underneath the nail. Basically, you just want to make sure this is straight, and here is how the nail form look under my nail. Oh, and one thing I was curious about these nail forms, if you would be able to do a square shape with them, because I was really hoping I could do some square nails, but once I got it on secured, the only way I would be able to have this like secured is to pinch it really tight into a stiletto. But I guess the stiletto shape ended up working better just because like it was easier to sculpt out. So moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 is to apply one thin layer of builder gel and cure for 30 to 60 seconds. So I just went over the nail and the nail form with a thin layer. It was very easy to kind of get this stiletto shape because basically I just brushed it down, not really thinking about sculpting because I will end up filing, and I'll just do all of my perfecting there. So I'm just going to be applying this thin layer, and then I'm going to cure for 30 to 60 seconds as the directions suggested. So after I cured the first layer, when I took it out the light, I did notice how the builder gel, it wasn't completely curing. You know how sometimes gel polish have a tacky layer and then you have to wipe it away? Well, this had sort of like a tacky layer, but it was more wet. So I placed it back into the light for another 30 to 60 seconds and it kind of helped, but it was like really wet still. So I just went ahead and moved to step 5, which is to apply the second thin layer of builder gel and cure for another 30 to 60 seconds. So like I mentioned, I don't really work with builder gel that often, but one thing I realized is that builder gel is very time consuming. I had to place my nail into the light about 3 or 4 times just for one nail, and it was just like I tried to limit my time in the nail light. And also one other thing that I noticed that I was having trouble with, or I was trying to get right during the process, when sculpting this out, I wasn't putting enough where the nail form and the tip of my nail meets. It was kind of like a really low like dip there, and so I just put a little extra, just trying to seal that in, doing the little motion that I see people that does builder nails do, and it really helps to kind of float this onto the nail. And then also another thing is that I found it really hard to get around the cuticle area just because this is so thick. I didn't want to like pile on the builder gel at the cuticle area, but I did my best. And then before I cured, I did flip my nail over to get this builder gel to kind of self-level. I actually ended up curing this for double the amount of times just because that problem I was having with the builder gel being wet. And then step 6, which is to peel off the nail form. And to peel off the nail form, the video was going a little bit faster than what I wanted, but I'm trying to keep up with it. Step 6 is to peel off the form, and then you just want to pinch it underneath the nail, and it comes off very easy. The first nail, it doesn't look bad at all. Of course I will have to do some filing and shaping because I want these to be like really stiletto. And then now I'm just going to build up the nail, and I'm using more, like a lot more than what I was using for the first 2 layers. You just want to have that foundation with the first 2 layers, and then from here you can build up the nail to your liking and add some glitter designs, basically anything you would like. Using this builder gel was very interesting. I actually really like using it, although it is very different from like poly gels, like things that I'm used to, because this is very runny compared to poly gel, and I'm not really used to like having to chase the product and having it this soft. So I did apply a layer of that builder gel, I cured it, and then to play this design safe, I'm just going to be encapsulating a bunch of glitters. So I have some glitters from different places, and I have them all laid out in front of me. I did apply another layer of the builder gel just to have something these glitters can stick to, and I'm just going to be piling these glitters onto the nail, not really thinking of a pattern, a certain pattern. I'm just going to put them on. Once I get it to my liking, I'm going to cure it, and then I'm going to start to encapsulate the entire nail in the 5-in-1 builder gel. So here's what the glitters are looking like. I do like this. It kind of looks like a stained glass. Like, I really love this effect. So once I cured that, now it's time to encapsulate the nails. And this was my favorite part of everything, applying like the thick layer on top to encapsulate. It just looks so satisfying with like the big glob and just floating it down the nail. And also, by the way, since I was following the directions on the user manual specifically, the next step after peeling off the nail form was to wipe the nail surface with some slip solution, which I didn't do just because I wanted to add some glitters. So I added my own little steps in between that. And then I will get back on track to following the directions with building up the nail to my liking, shaping and filing, and then of course adding some top coat and curing all of that. So in my honest opinion, rating this as a beginner friendly product on 1 to 10, I feel like this would be a 6, just because as a beginner sometimes you may not be able to control the builder gel how you would like to, just because the consistency of it being a lot softer. I would recommend starting with poly gel because it's a lot easier easier to work with compared to the builder gel. Unless you just want to branch off and just use builder gel as an experiment, you know, it doesn't hurt to try it, because I must say it was very easy to kind of catch on to the floating the builder gel down the nail. This is how the first nail ended up looking. One of the problems I had while doing this process, since I was adding on a lot more builder gel and my finger was kind of leaning towards like the table, so on one side of the nail it was kind of floating to the sidewalls of my skin, and you don't want to cure that to your skin because it will hurt under the UV light. So make sure to wipe that area or just clean all of the builder gel off your hand or your skin before you put it into the light. And it wasn't like fully encapsulated. I will go back in off camera because I did have a little dip on my nail, like right where the nail form in my natural nail met. It was still kind of like a big dip right there. So once I get all of my foundation nails on, I will go back and encapsulate to build up the structure off camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that same exact process on my middle finger. I'm only going to show one other nail just because this process is so repetitive and I don't want you guys to get bored. So I'm going to speed this part up and show you the process on my middle finger, and then I will come back to finish off the rest of my shaping and filing, and then show you guys what the finished nails look like. If you are still watching up to here, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with me so far into the video. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video. It really helps me out a lot. And if you aren't subscribed yet, please make sure to do so. I would really appreciate it. So I am finishing off my middle finger, and like I said, I am going to do the rest off camera, but I wanted to give you guys a little clip of my pinky nail, and I'm getting a little bit better as I move on to each nail, just because I'm getting the hang of the flow and how much product to put. Like, I'm just getting better with each nail. So this is how the nails look, and they aren't looking too good right now. I just went ahead and encapsulated. I did add a little bit more to each of the other nails, but I do love how the glitter looks. So yeah, let's just go ahead and wipe off the surface of the nails so I can get into my filing and reshaping, because this nail set definitely need it right now. So I'm taking my 80 grit nail file from Panna, and I start off by reshaping the nails. For some of them I did have like a little bit hanging over, so to make that part a lot easier and faster, I took my nail clippers and just clipped that part off and then went in with my filing. So I start off by reshaping the nails, then I go underneath the nails because that part really makes up the shape for the nail as well. You want to make sure that part is like all straight, And then going over the surface of the nails, I just make sure it is smooth. And I'm only going to show the process of me filing my thumb because it took me actually a while to get these perfect. I didn't want to file too much and just take away all of the product because, like I said, this is softer. Filing builder gel nails, it kind of reminds me of filing polygel. It's way softer than acrylic, so you don't need to do too much filing and add so much like force and pressure. I don't really do stiletto nails too often, but every time I have to file my stiletto nails, I always remember how fun it is to shape and file stiletto nails. Getting that point to a perfect sharp little point like that is just so fun to me, and I really enjoy it a lot. So this step took a little bit long, but I also enjoyed it at the same time. And here's how my thumb is looking after I filed it and shaped it and everything. It looks pretty good. I went ahead and did the rest off camera. The surface of my nails, I kind of had a little bit of dips. You can't really see it unless I turn my hand to the side, but for the most part they are pretty decent. I didn't want to file anymore because, as you can see, I started to file a little bit into the glitters and I didn't want to take like my design basically off the nail. So I just stopped filing at that, and then now I'm just going to quickly buff over the surface to remove any of the scratches and imperfections. So after filing, I quickly washed my hands, and this is how the nails are looking. They look so nice right now. So step 8 was to shape and file the nails, and now I'm moving on to step 9, which is to add a top coat and cure for 60 seconds. The top coat I'm going to use is the Gloss It from Not Polish, and I really love this top coat. It's super glossy. I enjoy adding the top coat. As you guys know, this is also one of my favorite parts in the nail set. Adding some top coats to like encapsulated nails to reveal that really pretty design underneath. I cured the top coat on top of my nails for 60 seconds, and now I'm going to flip my hand over to top coat the underside of my nails just to ensure that these nails are super clear. I wanted to do something extra with these nails, so I pulled out these little bear charms, and I thought these would look so perfect with the glitters. Since they are kind of translucent and jelly colored, they match the glitters so perfectly. And so since you can use this as adhesive to rhinestones, you should be able to use them for charms as well. So I'm just going to place a dot of the clear builder gel in the center of my nail, and I'm just going to place the little bear charm right there, and then I'm going to be flash curing with my mini UV LED light. And I'm going to be doing that for all of the nails. And also I wanted to mention, after I did my first 2 nails, I totally forgot that I had a nude builder gel as well, so I didn't use the nude this time. I will be doing another video using the nude, maybe trying to do something more like longer or shorter. You guys let me know what you want to see with the nude, but I will try to get another video out of me using the nude 5-in-1 builder gel. So I'm just going to continue doing this for the rest of the nails, and I will come back. And by the way, after I did flash cure on my last little charm, I did place them back into the nail light for 30 seconds just to make sure that these were completely cured. And one thing I didn't really like about using the builder gel is that how much you have to place your hand into the nail light. But after I added my cuticle oil, this is how the nails look. And I'm actually impressed. Like, I really love the way these came out. You can barely see the little charms just because the glitters are like so reflective. You can like, they just blend right in with the glitters. But I absolutely love how this set turned out. Honestly, I was expecting something way worse, and I just didn't expect these to turn out this nice. If you're interested in this 5-in-1 builder gel set, it is on Amazon for $10, and then I also have others for like $14 with just the bottles of builder gel, which is really nice if you are into builder gel nails. I think that is super affordable. But yeah, I absolutely love this set. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.